Hello. Today we're going to take a look at loading banks using the HAWK-800 mod inside the Korg Poly 800. First, when I boot, I see the HAWK-800 message. Okay, everything is fine. Originally, the Poly 800 has 64 presets, and that's it. And what the HAWK-800 mod gives you is an expansion for 4 full banks of 64 presets each. In order to switch banks, you now need to access the global menu. That's a new feature. So let's go to parameter 13, and here I can switch between banks. Bank 1, Bank 2, Bank 3, Bank 4. Each bank will be holding 64 presets. So that's 4 times more than the original Poly 800. To me, that alone is a sufficiently good reason to install this mod. Okay? The way that you load sounds, there are 2 ways now. Before, you could only load presets using data tapes. I have one here. Actually, I have more than one. This one has the original sounds that I saved when I received the keyboard. This one is from Patchman Music, Volume 1. So it has brass, flutes, pianos, harps, strings. And I have a third one, also from Patchman Music. I bought those back in 1997. So the second volume, you have percussion, keyboard, guitars, sound effects. This one is more unusual. And with 4 banks, I can load all those presets into the machine and have them all working at the same time. So I'll load this one in bank 1, this one in bank 2, and this one in bank 3. Another benefit is that you no longer need the internal battery for the keyboard. The RAM that the board uses will store the data for you, and you no longer need that battery. And that's another benefit by itself. It's worth the mod. Okay, and there are 2 ways to load sounds. One is by tape, and the other is a new one by sysex dump. The way that you access those is via the global menu, parameter 11. You go feature 26. You now access this tools menu. And here I can have 2 options for loading, either by sysex dump in the patch menu, or via tape loading. So I have this tape deck connected to the tape in of the Poly 800. Put our tape. I think it's better not to use the noise reduction. Okay, so here I'll go into play mode. After finishing the load, you'll get a good message here. Cancel. Now, let's take a look at the second way to upload presets into your HAWK-800 modified Poly 800. First, I'm going to select the bank that I want to update. Bank 2. Next, I enter into the Tools menu and I select option 8 to receive data dumps. I do have a computer connected to a MIDI output, and the MIDI output is connected to the Poly 800, both to its input and to its output. In the computer, I will use a generic sysex utility tool in order to transfer a bank of presets. Okay, it's done. We now have our new bank into bank 2. I have a echo effect here. If I want to back up my presets from the Poly 800, I can do that now using also the sysex data dump. So, same operation, I select the bank that I would like to back up. Let's say that I want to back up bank 1, which was the one that I recorded, that I loaded using my old tape. That's a good one for me to do a backup, because who knows how long that tape will last. Alright, so I'm now in bank 1. And now to do the damp, I go into the new Tools menu and I select, first I select the utility to receive it in the computer. And then using option 7, I do the dump. Okay, it's saved safely in my computer, and now it's much easier to manipulate this sysex data file than it is to manipulate an audio data tape. Now that we have the banks loaded, let's check some sounds. I am currently in bank 1, so I should have these sounds here. Number 17th, massive brass. Number 61, big bass. Number 77, muted guitar. What else? Number 51, cathedral organ. Nice. And now let's switch to another bank. Bank 3. That's where I have volume 2. This has some different type of sounds. Cowbell. Let's see. African log drums. Let's see. 37. Solo cello. Let's check some sounds from the newly uploaded Bank 2. If you followed me until this point, I thank you for watching. I hope this information can be useful for you if you want to upgrade your Poly 800 with this expansion. It's really worth it. I may do another video in the future showing some other features like the arpeggiator or the sequencer. But I think the loading of additional banks is a very valuable new feature. Okay, that's it.